Hello again, Year 3, and welcome back to our KIRF series, where we'll be taking a second look at time. So if you remember, we looked at 4 main times last session. The first was o'clock, where the long minute hand was pointing straight up for o'clock. When the long minute hand had travelled a quarter of the way around the clock, it was quarter past. When the long minute hand was pointing straight down, it travelled halfway around the clock, it was half past. And when the long minute hand was pointing towards the 9 on the clock, it had a quarter of the way left on the clock to travel, and so it was quarter to. Now, today we will be looking at some times in between those main 4. And to do that, we'll have to dust off our 5 times table. But not to worry, I know you are experts at that by now. So let's count in 5s round the clock, shall we? This is o'clock, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, stop. Now after 30, something happens. Do you remember what happened after we went half past in the last session? Because we like to count the shortest amount of time to an o'clock time, instead of counting past, once we've gone halfway around the clock, it becomes shorter to count to how much is left until the next o'clock. And so we start counting how many minutes are left until the next o'clock. So we count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then we start counting how many are left. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, back to o'clock. We only have to count backwards for those 5 in that half of the clock. I know it's a bit trickier, but I'm sure we can do it together. So we need to now count in the time names. I'm going to choose a time, 2 o'clock. You should hopefully recognize it. And then we will count in 5 minutes increments past that. So 2 o'clock, 5 past 2, 10 past 2, 15 past 2. Oh, 15 past 2 looks quite familiar, doesn't it? What time is 15 past 2? Look at where the long minute hand is pointing. 15 past 2 we actually call quarter past 2, don't we? So quarter past 2, 20 past 2, 25 past 2, 30 past 2. Oh, look at 30 past 2. The hand is pointing straight down. When the long minute hand is pointing straight down, what time do we call that? It's half past 2. And then we're into that second section. Remember what I said about it? We're counting the shortest amount of time, so the amount of time left until the next o'clock after this. So it starts off at 25 to, then 22, then 15 to, and 15 to might look familiar. Again, where's that long minute hand pointing at 15 to? It's quarter to, 10 to, 5 to, and 3 o'clock. We've gone all the way from 2 o'clock round to 3 o'clock. So let's do that once more. 2 o'clock, 5 past 2, 10 past 2, quarter past 2, 20 past 2, 25 past 2, half past 2, 25 to 3, 20 to 3, quarter to 3, 10 to 3, 5 to 3, 3 o'clock. So there's 4 examples now of having a go at working that out, and then we will finish off. So on this example, we need to look for the long minute hand and where it's pointing. So at the moment, remember we're counting in 5s. It is 5, 10 minutes past, and we have to look at a short hour hand to see what it's 10 minutes past. So in this case, it's 10 minutes past 5. So the time is 10 minutes past 5. Example 2. Example 2 has the long minute hand, pointing at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes past. And what's it 25 minutes past? Look at the short hour hand. Short hour hand is near the 8, so it's 25 past 8. Gets a little trickier with example 3. Remember, look at the long minute hand. So that long minute hand has gone past the half past, so it's shorter to count the 2 time now. So we're going to count the 2 times. So let's count backwards. 5, 10, 15, 20. So it's 20 minutes to, look at the short hour hand, 20 minutes to 12. Finally, let's look at the next example. So the long minute hand is in a 2 time again. The shortest distance is to the next o'clock is a 2 time. We count round in 5s, 5, 10. So it's 10 minutes to 3. Okay. That was good to check on those ones. I will put some examples up on the website for you to have a go at. If you want, you could look at them on a screen, or if you're lucky enough to be able to print them out and you wanted to, you could print them out as well. And also, I'm going to put up my link to my favorite clock demonstrator. It's the same pictures that we have been using. So anyone can just click on that on the internet, and if you're with someone, maybe you could put some times in and challenge them. Maybe they could put some times in and challenge you. See how good you are at reading clocks. O'clocks, quarter past, half past, quarter to, and 5-minute increments around the clock. Next lesson, we will be looking at 1-minute increments and something a little bit trickier. Thank you for watching. Please remember to be kind to each other as we're all stuck together, and see you next time. Bye for now.